Well, hi everyone. I think we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining us at this noon hour on Friday, June 6th. Thanks everyone. This is called Todd Talks, and I am coming to you live from the state convention of the Ohio Veterans of Foreign Wars. And it's good to be with veterans on this day, the 81st anniversary of D-Day, such an important date in our history. So thanks everyone for joining. If you've attended some of the Todd Talks before, you know this is kind of an informal gathering where we'll share some updates about things happening with America 250 Ohio. So with that, there are a couple things happening with the National Commission, and I forgot to bring my notes with me about those items, but there's going to be a lot happening with the National Commission. There are some things happening with some flags. They're going to create the largest flag ever created. That'll be an event that'll happen in 2026. They're also going to have a normal sized flag that's going to travel internationally and back to the United States, something for future generations. Um, so there are quite a few things happening at the national level, and you can find out more at America250.org at the national level. I want to let you know here in Ohio, we now have about 300 different communities are now America 250 Ohio designated communities. So we're excited about that. Thought I'd start by taking a little bit of a look back on some of the recent things that have been happening. Uh, one of those exciting projects is our tree planting initiative. We call it the Heritage Trees, and I think 8 different counties now have gotten started with that, with tree plantings this spring. There are going to be some more tree plantings from our America 250 Ohio communities in the fall, and then probably a lot more than in 2026. Our aim is to have a ceremonial tree planting in all 88 counties between now and the end of 2026. So if your community is interested in doing this and sooner, this fall is available. You just, our deadline is by the end of June. So check that out on our website if you're interested in finding out more. We were just recently having some fun commemorating the farewell tour of the Marquis de Lafayette. So especially if you're in Cincinnati, Gallipolis, or Marietta, you might have had an opportunity to engage with those activities that just happened in the last half of May. So America 250 Ohio was pleased to participate in that. Great job for Aaron Augenstein and all of our friends that were involved with those efforts. Also wanted to let you know, we recently had our second installment of our Ohio and the Revolution webinar. So if you're not familiar with that, that is an effort where we're going to have, I think, a total of 8 episodes between now and the end of 2026. Just discussions with some historians and subject matter experts about the things that were happening in and around the Ohio country around the time of 1776 into the early 19th century. So that last installment was on May 15th, and our next episode will be August 21st. So we're spacing those out every few months or so. So stay tuned for more on that if you're interested. Also, wanted to give you an update on the state operating budget. I'll bet a number of you are also following this. So the state operating budget, House Bill 96, was introduced in February. It will be finalized on or about June 30th. The America 250 Ohio Commission does have one line item in that budget to fund most of the work of the commission. And so we are, that operating budget is now in the Ohio Senate. They are making changes to that budget right now. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be Right now, we are at $7.5 million for FY26, and in the Ohio Senate, they have us at 2 million in FY27. So there will probably be some more changes between now and the end of June, but I thought I'd give you a quick update on that. We have testified in support of our budget in both the House and the Senate, and so we're awaiting the outcome of that. Our commission, of course, meets quarterly, and if anybody is interested, we will be meeting again a week from today. That'll be Friday, June 13th at the Ohio History Center. You can find out more on our website. Check out the tab that talks about meetings. But if you're interested in joining us as a guest, you'll have the option to click on the page and sign up to RSVP. Also wanted to share with you, we have been getting a lot of traction lately on our efforts to recognize the American Revolutionary War veterans that are buried in the state of Ohio. And so we have just recently gotten some good media coverage for that. And so check us out on the website, America250Ohio.org. You can also click down to the American Revolutionary War Veterans Graves Project, and we're building on the work of the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Sons of the American Revolution, and we're getting amazing support from the State Historic Preservation Office. So we're very grateful to everyone who's involved with that. We have given an option for the public to also make contributions to that. So on that web page, you can find a place where if you want to go out, if you know where the cemeteries are located, where they have at least one known American Revolutionary War veteran there, we'd love to hear from you. We're trying to make sure we have as much information as we can about each of those veterans. And primarily what we're working to try to better define are where exactly they are buried. We know a lot about that, but we're trying to fill in the gaps. So let us know if you have questions about that. Coming up soon, we're going to have a big presence at the Ohio State Fair. And we have had a presence at the fair the last couple of years. This next year, we'll be in the Lauschie building, and we'll be there with a lot of fellow organizations that are engaged with the work of America 250. The Ohio State Fair is theming the Lauschie building, and the organizations like us that are in there. It's themed to celebrating America. So look for us at the Ohio State Fair. In fact, if you're a big America 250 Ohio enthusiast, you might even be able to help us by volunteering to be there for a shift or two. So if you're interested in that, let us know. But we'll be there, and the fair kicks off this year, July 23rd, and runs through August 3rd. Also happening, this will be into September, there is going to be a teacher workshop on September 20th at Fort Lawrence. I'll bet a lot of you know that Fort Lawrence is the one and only Revolutionary War fort in the state of Ohio. That's in Tuscarawas County. And so that's an appropriate setting. We'll be there with educators September 20th. You can let us know if you're interested in that. I'm not sure if there is information on our website at this moment about it, but circle that date if you're interested. Immediately after that, there is an Underground Railroad gathering, and if you've been following the work of the commission, you know that there was one that was hosted in 2024 at the Ohio History Center in September. September is the International Underground Railroad month, and so this September, this event will take place in Cincinnati, and that will be September 21 and 22. That's a Sunday and a Monday. So if you are interested in that work, you can let us know. I think there is information on our website about that. My colleague Taylor Tomu is doing a lot of the work to help shepherd that project. So lots of exciting things going on. And then as I look to October, looking ahead, I want to make sure you all know about America's River Routes. That'll be a boat-themed experience that happens on the banks of the Ohio River there in Cincinnati in northern Kentucky. That's going to be a huge endeavor, and that's one of the entry points into the nation's 250th next year. So you can find out more at just Google River Routes. I think it might be americasriverroutes.org. But check out River Routes. That's going to be a very cool event. All right, just a couple more things to mention, then we'll take a few questions. I might have mentioned this before. I'll bet that I did, but hopefully most of you know that the probably the best known American documentarian Ken Burns is working on his biggest project to date called simply The American Revolution. And that will premiere on November 16th on PBS. Will run for six consecutive evenings, 2-hour installments. That's going to be amazing, and we're looking forward to doing some work with educational outreach efforts leading up to that event in November. So stay tuned if you're interested in finding out more. I think Ken Burns is making some appearances throughout the country leading up to the premiere of that November 16th. So stay tuned. Finally, we've been making some great progress. You know, we wanted to make a big fuss about the Northwest Ordinance. It is such a significant thing that in our history, and Ohio was the first state to emerge out of the Northwest Ordinance. And so there's a group of people that are working to host a conference for the Northwest Ordinance in late January of 2026. So that'll be one of our kickoff events for the semi-quincentennial. This will be hosted mostly at the Ohio State University, and still a lot of progress being made. Things are in the works, but I wanted to just highlight that that's something coming up. If you're interested in that history, stay tuned for more information. All right, so that's a lot of the things that are going on right now. I wanted to mention that there will not be a TODD Talks in July. The first Friday in July is actually 4th of July. So we will be skipping July and be back at it again in August. So, well, with that, those are a lot of the highlights. Team 250 members are with me here. So if I don't know the answer to your questions, we'll punt it to someone who does. Any questions? Okay. I do see a question here from Leslie Wagner, who serves on our commission. When do the 250 Buckeye train tickets go on sale? That is an awesome question. I have an impression of that, but I'll see if one of my team members can comment on that.
I can help out with that, Todd.
Chris.
So we're going to be announcing the 250 Buckeye Train and Transportation Celebration event in Denison, Ohio on Thursday, June 26th. And that will be the day that tickets go on sale. You'll be able to buy those tickets through the Denison Depot website, which we will also link to from our website. So those will be a purchase. They are a ticket. There is a cost, but we're excited. And June 26th, I'll put that in the chat as well.
Going to be pretty awesome. And in case you missed this earlier, I wanted to make sure you know I'm coming to you from Sandusky, Ohio. We are at the Kalahari Resorts here. The Ohio Veterans of Foreign Wars is having their state convention here. Glad to be here, especially at a location that is located right along U.S. Route 250. So, you know me, I'm a sucker for that. Let's see what questions you might have. Anyone have any questions? Let's see.
Looks like Penny has a question.
Okay. It says, I'm having trouble getting through to the Underground Railroad folks. When I click on contact us, it goes to a blank screen. I'll ask if somebody on the team here can react to that one from Penny.
We'll fix that, Penny. Thank you for letting us know. And I'm going to put Taylor's email address in here. Street.org. Okay, so Taylor Tomu is the person that you'll want to contact. And I'll also give you Talia.
Hi, Penny. Thank you for your interest in the Underground Railroad. I did put in the chat a interest form that has been created to sort of capture any questions, any sort of anything that you might have related to it. That webpage is currently under some construction. So please feel free to reach out via email or follow that interest form link in the chat. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Talia. Chris, could you answer Ron Marvin's question? Has there been an official call for the transportation trail yet?
No, there has not. We are currently working on the Lake Erie to Ohio River Trail, which we will be announcing that on August 8th at Geneva State Park. But we will probably put the transportation call out, I will guess, because we have innovation to do first. I'm going to say it'll be sometime in the fall.
Okay, super. And then, Chris, can you see the question that came in from Crawford County?
When will the page or site be available for inputting events for the 12 monthly themes? Great question. So I'm hoping to see a version of the calendar still today, which will allow you to put any America 250 Ohio related events, whether it's monthly themes or something else. And I'll have a way for you to identify the themes it connects to. And we are hoping to put that out to the public this summer. I'm not going to say when exactly because we need to shake it down, but we are on our way. So thanks for asking.
Okay. Are there any more questions? Okay. Well, I don't want to keep us any longer than what's necessary. As I mentioned before, we'll be skipping the TODD Talks in July, but we'll be back the first Friday in August. So I think with that, I will wish everyone a fantastic weekend. Thanks for joining us, and give us a shout if you think of a question later. Just let us know. Reach us through the website, email, etc. Okay? So thanks everyone for joining us.